Have you heard the rumor about Andrew Tate allegedly snagging a Vanuatu passport through a controversial golden passport scheme or citizenship by investment program? Social media is ablaze with posts, and major outlets like the BBC and The Guardian are digging into claims that Tate secured citizenship in the tiny Pacific nation right around his 2022 arrest in Romania. Today, we're diving deep into the rumor mill to unpack the facts, timeline, and Vanuatu's response to this high-profile case. Buckle up for a wild ride through citizenship by investment programs, government statements, and what it all means. So let's get to the truth. So what's the deal with Andrew Tate and Vanuatu citizenship? Did he do it or not? The rumor, which exploded in early June 2025, centers on claims that Andrew Tate, the self-proclaimed king of toxic masculinity, quote-unquote, and controversial influencer, bought a Vanuatu passport through the country's citizenship by investment program, known as the Development Support Program. This scheme allows foreigners to gain citizenship for an investment of a minimum of $130,000, about 96,000 British pounds. According to an investigation by the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, the OCCRP, which is a pretty good project. Actually, I like some of their stuff. Tate was granted citizenship in December 2022. The same month, he and his brother Tristan were arrested in Romania on charges of human trafficking and forming an organized crime group. So that same month, which is actually pretty crazy, his passport was reportedly issued in January 2023 while he was in pre-trial detention. The timing raised eyebrows because Romania and Vanuatu have no formal extradition treaty, sparking speculation that Tate might have sought the passport to evade legal consequences. Posts on X and news outlets like ABC and News 18 fueled the fire, reporting that Vanuatu was considering revoking Tate's citizenship due to his, quote, questionable background. However, the story took a twist when Vanuatu's government backtracked, saying Tate's documents were in order, upholding his citizenship. So let's break down the facts behind the rumor and what's really going on. So it's probably worth a little bit more of a background on Vanuatu's citizenship by investment program. This is a legit program that's out there, much like you can get citizenship by investment in the Caribbean as well. And we've made videos about some of the different CBI programs around the world. The Development Support Program is one of Vanuatu's economic citizenship initiatives, launched to boost revenue for the Pacific Island nation of about 330,000 people. For a minimum $130,000 investment, often in real estate, government bonds, or direct donation, applicants can gain citizenship in as little as 30 to 60 days. Benefits of a Vanuatu passport include visa-free travel to over 90 countries, though the EU revoked this privilege in December 2024, and the ability to own property. The program, which brought in over $3.5 billion in 2022, is a major income source for the country, contributing up to 40% of Vanuatu's GDP in some years. But here's the catch. The program has a shady reputation. It's known for being a little bit shadier than the Caribbean. The Caribbean has very strong and strenuous due diligence practices. They really screen the candidates very carefully in the Caribbean. And it's known that Vanuatu is a little bit more relaxed in terms of their due diligence process. Critics, including the EU and the UK, say it attracts oligarchs, criminals, and fugitives due to lax background checks. The OCCRP has linked it to figures like fugitive Indian cricket boss Lalit Modi, and the EU cited, quote, clear and evident abuse when it ended Vanuatu's visa-free access in 2024. Vanuatu's government insists it vets applicants through Interpol, the Financial Intelligence Unit, and foreign police records. But cases like Tate's suggest gaps in the system. And who knows, maybe the EU knew about Tate's citizenship back in 2024, and that was a secret reason for the banning of Vanuatu, where it really put Vanuatu in the limelight. For those unfamiliar, Andrew Tate is a 38-year-old former kickboxer turned influencer with over 10 million followers, known for his often provocative content and a cult following of men. Born in the US and raised in the UK, he holds dual US-UK citizenship. I've watched some of his videos where he boasts having 6, 7, 8 passports. I forget exactly what he said in the video, and maybe he was referring to Vanuatu being one of those passports. And it's presumed he might have Romanian and I think probably at least some other like Eastern European passport that he got somehow. I've also, maybe I shouldn't mention this, but I've seen photos of the Tates on Instagram stories with Mexican passports where you see the cover of the Mexican passport. You don't actually see the passport page where they're sort of insinuating that they got Mexicans. This was years ago. And if they actually did some sort of program in Mexico, in an illegal way, then that passport would get revoked. They would not be able to travel on that. But back to Vanuatu and the story, basically by December 2022, Andrew and Tristan Tate were arrested. They were facing charges. And the Vanuatu citizenship rumor matters because it raises questions about whether Tate sought a quote-unquote safe haven passport to dodge legal accountability, and also raises question on the side of Vanuatu where it's like, how could you knew this guy was not damaged goods, but you knew it would be problematic to grant this guy citizenship, but you did it anyway. So, people have commented on X, some friends of the podcast have said, I would have never taken that case because it's just not worth it. With no extradition treaty between Vanuatu and Romania, a Vanuatu passport could theoretically offer an escape route. Though Vanuatu and the UK do have an extradition agreement, complicating matters since Tate faces 10 UK charges. So the controversy really also spotlights Vanuatu's program, which is actually, for me, what I'm more interested in is what impacts does this have on Vanuatu? What impacts does this have on the CBI market worldwide, which has granted passports to other high-profile figures under scrutiny, and it's ended up biting these countries in the backside. Let's piece together the timeline of this saga, based on reports from the OCCRP, The Guardian, and Vanuatu's government statements. So, February 2022, the application begins. Tate's application process likely started after February 2022, when a UK criminal background check was filed, according to the OCCRP. This was 2 months before Romanian authorities first raided his Bucharest webcam studio in April 2000, suggesting Tate may have been planning to secure a new nationality as investigations loomed. The agency NXT Citizen, which allegedly submitted his application, confirmed his identity but didn't disclose the exact filing date. On December 15, 2022, Vanuatu's Citizenship Commission approved Tate's citizenship under the Development Support Program, costing at least $130,000. That same month, Tate and Tristan were arrested in Romania, making global headlines. Tate's name appeared on official citizenship lists obtained by Intelligence Online and shared with the OCCRP. The timing, citizenship granted during his arrest, sparked speculation about his motives and about the Vanuatu program at large. Tate's Vanuatu passport was issued in January 2023 while he was in pre-trial detention in Romania. There's no record of his brother Tristan receiving Vanuatu citizenship, despite their joint legal troubles. The passport gave Tate potential access to Vanuatu, though he's been under travel restrictions in Romania since his arrest. The OCCRP published its investigation on June 1, 2025, revealing Tate's citizenship and igniting a firestorm. Posts from users like the OCCRP themselves amplified the story, while outlets like ABC News and Romania Insider reported Vanuatu's intent to review Tate's status. Government spokesperson Kiri Manassa told ABC News, quote, "We're definitely looking into it. The processes will be in place to revoke his citizenship," quote, emphasizing that Vanuatu doesn't want people of questionable backgrounds. That's one of the things about these CBI programs. They really can be revoked if they decide they don't like you. But anyway, by June 5th, Vanuatu reversed course. Manassa told The Guardian and The Independent that a review found no fault with Tate's application, which included clearances from Interpol, the UK, and Vanuatu's Financial Intelligence Unit. He admitted Tate wouldn't have been approved if his allegations were known, but said we can't just go back and revoke based on information discovered later. Quote. Citizenship Commissioner Charles Menil added that revocation requires a court conviction, and Tate remains a citizen for now. New regulations signed by Prime Minister Jotham Napet, hopefully pronouncing that right, aim to tighten due diligence. And I don't know, what do you guys think? You think they're going to have to tighten due diligence over in Vanuatu? That might be a reasonable assumption. Manassa noted that if Tate is convicted in Romania or the UK, where he faces extradition after Romanian proceedings, Vanuatu could revisit revocation. No trial dates are set, and legal processes could take years, leaving Tate's status in limbo. Vanuatu's citizenship program operates under the Citizenship Act, requiring applicants to pass background checks and invest at least $130K, as we've discussed. The process, handled by agencies like NXT Citizen, involves vetting through Interpol and foreign police records, but critics argue it's too lax. The OCCRP's Aubrey Belford told ABC News the scheme is a quote-unquote loophole for those seeking new identities to evade law enforcement, citing its use by oligarchs, spies, and fugitives. The program's controversies are legion. In 2023, then UK Home Secretary Suella Braverman called out its clear and evident abuse, leading to the UK ending Vanuatu's visa access. The EU followed suit in December 2024, so it was kind of a domino effect, citing security risks after passports were granted to sanctioned individuals and suspected criminals. Vanuatu's government has acknowledged the program's, quote, very bad reputation overseas and pledged reforms, including AI-driven background checks and real-time data sharing with international agencies. A year-long commission inquiry into the program, completed in 2025, investigated corruption allegations, but its findings remain unreleased, frustrating opposition leaders. For Tate, the rules are clear. Citizenship can only be revoked with a court conviction, not mere allegations. This protects applicants but fuels criticism that Vanuatu prioritizes revenue over integrity. But on the other side, you can see that allegations maybe aren't enough and there needs to be a conviction. Otherwise, if he has no criminal record, I mean, that's kind of what you want, is someone with no criminal record. The lack of an extradition treaty with Romania adds a layer of complexity, though Tate's UK charges means he could face extradition from Vanuatu if he travels there. The rumor has lit up X and news comment sections, and by the way, you can leave comments in this video as well. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this issue. Andrew Tate and Vanuatu, leave a comment below. Also, like and subscribe to the channel for more information about second passports, residency, offshore, flag theory, all that good stuff on My Latin Life, the channel. And there's also a link in the description where you can book a call and you can become a client of ours. We know all the players in the CBI world, the citizenship by investment world. We also do residency, immigration, and tax consultancy. It's important to understand the legal context here. Tate's citizenship hinges on Vanuatu Citizenship Act, which requires a conviction for revocation. For his Romanian and UK cases, Reuters or BBC for updates that could trigger action, but barring that, Tate's citizenship in Vanuatu appears to remain valid. This explains why Vanuatu's program is under fire, but at the same time, you can kind of respect them for sticking to their guns and saying, hey, we're going to defend Tate here. He's our citizen, which is really what a nation is supposed to do, defend their citizens. So there you have it, folks. The Andrew Tate Vanuatu citizenship rumor is a tangled web of facts, controversy, and global politics. Confirmed by the OCCRP, Tate did secure a passport in Vanuatu in December 2022, but Vanuatu's flip-flop from vowing to revoke it to letting him keep it shows the messy reality of citizenship by investment schemes. With Tate facing more charges in Romania and the UK, his passport's fate may depend on court verdicts. But for now, he's still a Vanuatu citizen. What do you think? Should Vanuatu tighten its program, or is Tate's case overblown? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. See you in the next video.